SOS calls from hospital owners in Delhi saying that unless they're provided oxygen, patients will perish.
More SOSs from Delhi's hospitals for something as basic as oxygen. With many hospitals helpless, families of patients have been left to fend for themselves.
2 दिन से हम एक सिलेंडर लेने गए हुए हैं, अब जाकर हमारे को मिला सिलेंडर। हॉस्पिटल वाले इसके अंदर बोल रहे हैं कि इनके पास ऑक्सीजन के अंदर दिक्कत आ रही है, इनकी सप्लाई नहीं चल रही है। अब जाकर हम सिलेंडर लाए, पूरी रात हमारे रुकना पड़ा था उधर। सारा कुछ अगर हम नहीं करना है तो फिर हमारी सरकार क्या कर रही है इस टाइम में? 50 to 60,000 के अराउंड सिलेंडर मिल रहा है।
25-year-old Dhruv's brother is admitted at the Sehgal Neo Hospital in West Delhi. He stood at an oxygen plant for 15 hours to get this cylinder. 60 patients at the hospital are on oxygen support and it is just managing to scrape through. The situation has turned so grim that at South Delhi Sama Hospital, relatives of patients were today asked to sign declaration forms saying that they will not hold the hospital responsible for any outcome including death of their patients that result from a shortage of oxygen. 30 patients in the hospital are on oxygen support right now. Dr. Anusha Gudmular, RMO of Sama Hospital, told NDTV, "We were compelled to take this measure because despite our best efforts, we are running low on oxygen supply. Patients who need 3 liters of oxygen are being maintained on 2 liters. Other hospitals too, like the Madhukar Rainbow Children's Hospital, Sitaram Bhartiya Hospital and Vimhans, sent out SOS messages and received new supplies just in time. On Saturday, 12 patients including a doctor died at the city's Batra Hospital simply because their oxygen finished with no resupply in sight. While there are 30 COVID-positive children in Rainbow Children's Hospital, there are 45 patients including newborns and postpartum mothers who are on oxygen support at the Sitaram Bhartiya Hospital. The Delhi government maintains it needs more oxygen than the centre has allocated it.
Out of those 18 states, 17 states got as much oxygen as they demanded, in some cases more oxygen than what they demanded for. The only state that did not even get 50% of the oxygen that it demanded for happens to be the National Capital Territory of Delhi.
Why would that be the case? I don't think it's anybody's contention that the government would deliberately want to do this.
I don't know, Vishnu. I'm not privy to that. That the situation is very, very precarious and very grim. We as a state government are raising an SOS. And we're raising this SOS simply because we are not getting oxygen supplies.
Delhi High Court had asked Centre to ensure that Delhi gets its daily supply of oxygen, and if this is not ensured, then the court would initiate proceedings against them. But here on ground, SOS calls from hospitals still continue and the struggle for oxygen happens every hour. In New Delhi with camera person Manoj Thakur, this is Sukirti Dwivedi for NDTV.